Labour will push for a new EU referendum when the Conservative government brings its Brexit plans to the Commons in the coming days. And Sir Keir Starmer left open the possibility the party could back Boris Johnson's deal if a new national poll was attached to it. The Shadow Brexit Secretary insisted that any agreement approved by Parliament needed to be put to voters in a referendum and the party would back an amendment calling for one. The Labour heavyweight told BBC One's The Andrew Marr Show, "We need an amendment to say that whatever deal gets through, it should be subject to a referendum. We have already voted 3 times as a party for a second referendum with a 3-line whip behind it. The position we have adopted is whatever the outcome, whether it's Boris Johnson's bad deal or a better one which could be secured, it has got to go to a referendum up against Remain." Asked if Labour could back the government's deal if it came with the pledge of a new referendum, Sir Keir replied, "Well, we'll see what that looks like. What we are trying to achieve is that this deal in particular, but any deal, is put up against Remain in a referendum. And we will have to see tactically how we get there." In response, Dominic Raab branded the Labour move extraordinary. The Foreign Secretary said, "People are saying get this done and move on." Scottish Labour MP Ian Murray, speaking on Sunday Politics Scotland, stressed how a second referendum had always been the compromise we've been putting forward. The Edinburgh South MP questioned the SNP's stance on a second poll. "They have gone slightly cold on a people's vote. It wasn't mentioned at their conference last week in any of their leaders' speeches, including Ian Blackford's, and they didn't use their amendment yesterday to push for a people's vote where we did." He added, "I don't know what the position of the SNP is on a people's vote at the moment, but I would have thought given what they've said in the past that if this amendment comes forward they would support it, and I would hope they wholeheartedly support the Remain campaign." Meanwhile, Sammy Wilson for the DUP suggested his party would not back tagging a second poll onto the government's Brexit deal. The DUP does not seek a second referendum, merely implementation of the first, declared the Antrim MP. Commenting on the PM's deal and his party's objection to having a customs border down the Irish Sea, he said, "The people of the United Kingdom were asked whether the UK should leave the EU, not whether Great Britain should leave Northern Ireland behind. We want to leave as one nation. That remains our goal." If the Prime Minister remains willing to achieve that outcome, he will find DUP MPs as willing partners in that project. For more on this story, visit the news article link.